Hey everyone, it's Jordan here, and today we're diving into a topic that's gotten a lot of buzz lately: Texas home prices. Now, you might have heard that prices are dropping across the Lone Star State, but it's not in a way that actually helps buyers like you and me. Instead of making home ownership more accessible, a surge in hidden costs means affordability is still slipping out of reach for most families. Let's face it, Texas was supposed to be the land of opportunity for homebuyers. But as insurance premiums skyrocket, property taxes jump, and those pesky HOA fees keep climbing, the dream is turning into a financial ambush. Even though listing photos show off sparkling new kitchens and lush lawns, they never mention the hurricane risk premiums or the true cost of owning here. If you're thinking about making the move, or you just want to know where not to buy in 2026, you'll want to watch this. I'm using music straight from YouTube Studio to set the vibe, and I want your feedback. Let me know in the comments if you prefer longer, in-depth videos or quick breakdowns. And as always, no AI stock footage here, just the real story. Let's kick things off with Houston, Texas's largest city and a place that's often seen as the heart of opportunity. But beneath that skyline, the reality for homebuyers isn't nearly as rosy. Property taxes here consistently rank among the highest in the nation, sometimes topping 2.5% of assessed value. For a $350,000 home, that's almost $9,000 a year, before you've even considered insurance. Speaking of insurance, Houston's proximity to the Gulf means hurricane risk is always looming, and insurers are well aware. Premiums have surged, with some homeowners seeing annual costs double or even triple over the past few years. Add in special hurricane risk premiums, and the total can easily reach $4,000 to $6,000 a year just to stay covered. But it doesn't stop there. Houston's rapid growth has led to sprawling neighborhoods, many of which are governed by strict HOAs. These fees can add anywhere from $500 to over $2,000 annually, depending on the neighborhood. That's another bill that chips away at any hope of affordability. So, while home prices may look like they're coming down, the reality is that the monthly payment, including taxes, insurance, and HOA fees, isn't getting any lower. In fact, it's higher than ever. It's a real wake-up call for anyone who thought Houston would be an easy win. And remember, none of this is shown in those beautiful listing photos. You see the granite countertops, but not the insurance agent knocking on your door with bad news. That's Houston in 2026. Galveston has always been a magnet for those who love the coast, but that ocean view comes with a steep price tag, one that keeps climbing. Insurance is the first hurdle. Because Galveston sits right on the Gulf, hurricane and flood insurance are practically mandatory. Premiums have soared, sometimes exceeding $7,000 a year for full coverage, not to mention frequent policy cancellations, forcing homeowners to shop for even pricier alternatives. HOA fees here are another major issue. Many coastal developments are managed by strict associations that charge premium rates for things like beach access, maintenance, and security. It's not uncommon to see fees north of $3,000 a year, and these can jump unpredictably after severe storms or hurricanes. Then there's the property tax situation. Galveston County's rates are high, and with home values fluctuating due to storm risk, the assessed values don't always reflect what you'd hope for as a homeowner. In some cases, you're paying top-dollar taxes for a home that's losing value. And let's not forget maintenance costs. Salt air and frequent storms mean constant repairs. Roofs, siding, and windows all take a beating. This is rarely factored into the initial price, but it hits your wallet hard year after year. All in all, Galveston may look dreamy from the outside, but the financial reality is anything but. That's why it's one of the worst cities to buy a home in Texas for 2026. Corpus Christi, another coastal Texas city, faces many of the same challenges as Galveston, but with its own twist. Hurricane risk here is perpetual, and the insurance premiums reflect that, often running $5,000 or more each year. What's worse, some national insurers are pulling out, leaving homeowners with few options but to pay even higher rates through state-run plans. But Corpus Christi's struggle isn't just with natural disasters, it's also with stagnant home values. Unlike Austin or Dallas, where values have at least grown, Corpus Christi's market has remained flat. In some neighborhoods, home prices have barely budged in 5 years, leaving owners with little to no equity. On top of that, property taxes, in Nueces County remain high, and there's little relief. For many, the property tax bill is just as much as the mortgage, sometimes more. And when you add in HOA fees, which can be surprisingly steep given the aging infrastructure and necessary maintenance, monthly costs balloon. Let's talk about repairs too. The salty, humid air means frequent fixes and upgrades, and after every major weather event, you're expected to shell out even more. It's a treadmill of expenses that never seems to slow down. So, despite the allure of the coast, Corpus Christi's risk profile and lack of appreciation make it a tough city for buyers in 2026. Moving north, let's talk about Dallas, a city that's exploded in population and development. While the tech and business scenes have brought in jobs, they've also driven up home prices and, more importantly, property taxes. Dallas County property tax rates often exceed 2.3%, which means you're paying nearly $8,000 a year on a $350,000 home. HOA fees are another hidden cost. In the newer suburbs and planned communities, fees can range from $800 to $3,000 a year. These aren't just for pools and parks, they often cover basic maintenance that you'd expect to be included in your city services. Insurance is another big factor. While Dallas isn't on the coast, the area still faces severe storm risk, hail, tornadoes, and flooding. Insurers have responded by raising premiums, so annual home insurance here can easily hit $3,000 or more, especially for newer or larger homes. Affordability, it's slipping away. Even though prices have dipped slightly, the monthly payment for a median-priced home, when you add in taxes, insurance, and HOA fees, hasn't moved in buyers' favor. In fact, for many, it's worse than before. So Dallas might offer big city life, but the true cost of homeownership is anything but friendly. Buyers beware. Austin has been the poster child for Texas real estate, with home values rocketing over the last decade. But now that the market is cooling, you'd think affordability would return, right? Not so fast. Even with some price drops, Austin remains one of the most expensive cities in the state, and buyers are facing a trifecta of financial hurdles. First, property taxes in Travis County are steep, often approaching 2.2% of the home's value. For a $500,000 home, you're looking at over $11,000 a year in property taxes alone. That's before you even factor in insurance, which, thanks to a recent spike in claims and natural disasters, regularly exceeds $4,000 a year. HOA fees aren't small, either. Many of Austin's new developments and master-planned communities have fees north of $1,500 annually, sometimes much more if amenities are involved or if infrastructure needs repair. And let's not forget about the high cost of living in general. Utilities, groceries, and transportation costs are all up, squeezing budgets even tighter. Buying in Austin isn't just about affording the mortgage, it's about surviving the monthly squeeze. The bottom line, Austin's dream of affordable homeownership is fading fast, and the hidden costs are a big part of the problem. San Antonio might not have the wild price swings of Austin or Dallas, but that doesn't mean buyers are getting a good deal. Property taxes here are still high, routinely above 2%, and with slow home value growth, that tax bill feels heavier every year. Insurance costs are another surprise. While San Antonio isn't on the coast, it's still vulnerable to severe weather. Hailstorms and flooding have driven up premiums, and for many, insurance now tops $2,500 a year for a modest home. But perhaps the biggest challenge is that home values just aren't growing the way buyers hope. Appreciation rates have lagged behind inflation, and in some neighborhoods, values have actually declined. That means you're shelling out more each year in taxes and insurance, but you're not building equity. HOA fees are creeping up too, especially in new developments. It's not unusual to see fees of $1,000 or more, adding yet another layer to the cost of ownership. Ultimately, San Antonio's slow growth and heavy tax burden make it a tough market for buyers looking to build wealth through real estate. Beaumont is a city that's no stranger to severe weather, and honestly, that's become one of its biggest liabilities for homeowners. Hurricanes and flood risk have pushed insurance costs through the roof. It's not uncommon to see annual premiums of $6,000 or more, and a lot of companies have raised deductibles or even dropped coverage altogether. On top of that, property taxes remain high. Jefferson County's rates consistently hover above 2%, and with home values stagnant or even declining, it really feels like a losing battle for many owners. HOA fees are another pain point. Many neighborhoods require expensive assessments after storms, passing the cost of repairs and upgrades straight to homeowners. These fees can spike with little warning, making budgeting a real challenge. Repairs and maintenance costs are also significant. With frequent hurricanes and flooding, homes here endure a lot of wear and tear. Roofs, foundations, and siding all need regular attention, expenses that add up quickly. So, while Beaumont's home prices might seem reasonable at first glance, the ongoing costs make it one of the worst places to buy a home in Texas for 2026. McAllen, located in the Rio Grande Valley, has long attracted buyers seeking affordability, but the math isn't adding up anymore. Home values here have barely moved in years, with some neighborhoods even seeing declines. That means owners aren't building the equity they hoped for, despite paying the same, or higher, monthly bills. HOA fees are a big part of the problem. Many communities in McAllen have adopted strict HOA rules, with annual fees ranging from $1,000 to $2,500. These fees cover basic amenities but often increase without much warning, squeezing homeowners who are already on tight budgets. Property taxes in Hidalgo County aren't as high as in other Texas cities, but when paired with slow or negative home value growth, they still sting. Owners feel like they're paying more for less every year. Insurance costs are creeping up too. Severe weather events and a shrinking pool of insurers have pushed premiums higher than ever before, often surpassing $2,000 a year for basic coverage. In short, McAllen's stagnant market and relentless fees make it a risky bet for buyers looking to build wealth in 2026. Laredo is a city with a rich culture and a strategic location for trade, but it's far from a goldmine for home buyers. Property taxes here remain stubbornly high, often hovering around 2% or more of a home's value. That alone can mean thousands a year in extra costs, which eats into any potential savings from lower home prices. The bigger issue, though, is the lack of home value growth. Over the last several years, appreciation rates have lagged behind inflation, and in some cases, values have remained totally flat. As a buyer, that means your investment isn't working for you. It's just costing you, year after year. HOA fees are on the rise too. Many neighborhoods have begun adding or increasing fees to cover maintenance and community improvements, often without much transparency or warning. It's another hit to the bottom line. Insurance premiums are also going up, thanks to weather events and a general tightening of the insurance market. While not as high as coastal cities, there's still a significant annual expense. So, for buyers hoping to gain equity and keep costs manageable, Laredo just doesn't deliver in 2026. Rounding out our list is Brownsville, another coastal city facing the double whammy of hurricane risk and rising insurance costs. Insurance premiums here are among the highest in the state, often exceeding $6,000 a year for full coverage. After every major storm, rates jump even higher, and policy options become fewer. Property taxes are also a big concern. Cameron County has maintained high rates, and with home values not appreciating as quickly as in other parts of Texas, owners are left paying more for homes that aren't gaining value. HOA fees are prevalent, particularly in newer developments and gated communities. These can easily surpass $1,500 a year and tend to climb after storm damage or infrastructure improvements. Maintenance and repairs are a constant drain. Salt air, humidity, and frequent storms mean homes require regular and expensive upkeep, from roofs to foundations to HVAC systems. At the end of the day, Brownsville might look like a budget-friendly entry point to Texas homeownership, but the true costs make it a financial minefield for 2026 buyers. So, there you have it, my rundown of the top 10 worst cities to buy a home in Texas for 2026. As you can see, the dream of Texas homeownership isn't what it used to be. Hidden costs like soaring insurance, rising property taxes, and unpredictable HOA fees are making it harder than ever to get ahead. And remember, listing photos never warn you about hurricane premiums or maintenance nightmares. If you want a deeper dive, or you have a specific timing preference for these videos, maybe you love the long-form breakdowns or you'd rather see quick, punchy summaries, let me know in the comments below. Your feedback shapes this channel and helps me deliver the content you want. Don't forget to subscribe for more real estate insights, tips, and honest market breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.